Around 3:30 this afternoon, we get a call from Lake County that Dylan Parker, who we have an active warrant for attempted murder with a handgun for an incident that occurred on November the 9th, is in a gold-colored four-door car, and he's headed back to De Leon Springs. Up at 40 and 17, one of my deputies sees the car going in the opposite direction. Parker allegedly goes into the other lane and comes head-on at that deputy. That deputy has to swerve off the road, and then he comes southbound on 17. We're able to stop stick the car about a half a mile back. As the car slows down and goes into the ditch, Deputy Kevin Moss, who's the K-9 vehicle behind it, radios in, he's shooting at me, he's shooting at me. At the same time, Deputy Blum, who's in the patrol car right behind him on the angle, he fires through his window at the suspect who's firing back at Kevin Moss. The guy then runs. As he runs, DeLand PD, the officer for the DeLand PD, I'll have the chief tell you about him, he's going into work. He sees the commotion, makes a U-turn, and you can see his vehicle is parked up by the crime scene vehicle. He gets out and engages the suspect with his rifle and fires at least 3 shots at him before it knocks him to the ground. When the deputies and DeLand get up on top of him, because he's laying face down, as they roll him over, he's still got the gun in his hand and throws the gun out. He was then airlifted to Halifax, where he's in critical condition. Gunshot wound to the chest, gunshot wound to the groin.
How old is he, Sheriff?
33.
You spoke, Sheriff, that these deputies and police officers had an angel on their back. Can you go a little bit more to that?
You got a guy, okay? When you look at his criminal history, it's all about violence, okay? He shoots a guy, and we have a copy of the arrest report in the warrant here. He shoots a guy in the back and in the ankle, basically leaving him for dead. Now you have the police. You know we're looking for you. He's been broadcast in the media that he got a warrant for attempted murder. You drive head-on into a police vehicle. When you crash in the ditch, you come out firing, and then you're taken down. You know, and this is the second time in the last 10 days that we've had a shooting where you've had a career felon armed with a firearm who refuses to surrender and submit to lawful authorities and ends up getting shot by police.
What kind of gun, Sheriff?
It's a 9mm.
Okay, and he's shooting at officers?
The incident on November 9th, he had a 22. We believe a 22 that he shoots the guy with on West Avenue. Today, he's got a 9mm.
And nobody gets hit.
Could have been much worse.
Absolutely could have been worse. Absolutely. We could be here discussing that I have a dead deputy or a dead DeLand police officer.
I also got reports that one of your officer may have been grazed, Chief. Do you know anything about that?
No, fortunately he was not hit. He's okay. He's back at our police station now. His name's Corporal Tony Tagle. He's very new to our, he just was recently promoted to corporal. He's also a member of the Volusia County SWAT team. And he was on his way into work to work out in our gym and then go to our night qualifications when he saw this transpiring, and thank God turned around and did his job.
You must be very proud of his effort.
I'm very proud of his efforts and the efforts of these Volusia County deputy sheriffs. Every day we have law enforcement officers putting their lives on the line to take into custody dangerous felons like this, a violent, dangerous person. And you can see today how violent he was. He was not going to surrender. He was going to try to take out police and kill police officers. So thank God their training kicked in and they were able to succumb or take him into custody.
And yet through all of that, witnesses are telling us that after the threat was passed, the first thing that deputies and your preparation did was render medical.
They did.
Absolutely, that's what they're trained to do. We're trained to preserve life. So that's what they were trying to do.
I'd be remiss if I didn't ask this, because obviously there'll be an investigation, as always, when there is a deputy or law enforcement officer involved shooting. But in your opinion, they did everything right?
I can't see that they did anything wrong here today at all. They acted heroically and they did their jobs. And it's a difficult job, as you can well imagine.
From the little bit of video that I saw, to echo what the chief just said, they're going home tonight to their families. That's the most important thing, is they're going home to their families. And, you know, just to give you a little background, this guy's got 11 felony arrests, 7 convictions, 29 misdemeanors with 11 convictions. So he is not a stranger to law enforcement whatsoever. And echo the chief's sentiments. You know, these guys did what they had to do today. They certainly didn't come to work to shoot somebody, but the person that they were trying to take down and arrest clearly wanted to make sure they didn't go into their families. Matter of normal procedure. FDLE will handle the investigation. You know, we'll determine what can be released. But to get to your point, Gail, the body camera video from the shooting on Dunlawton, the deputies and the officers transitioned so quickly from meeting a deadly threat to applying first aid. The same thing occurs here. Transitioning from somebody who's trying to take them out, they shoot him and then they run up on him to administer first aid. In this case, he's laying with the gun in his hand, and when they roll him over, he throws the gun out. So, you know, as the investigation unfolds, we'll release body camera video and the radio traffic from Deputy Moss, who's hollering over the radio, he's shooting at me, he's shooting at me.
And there was nobody else in the car with him?
There was a female in the car with him. She's in custody. She's in our custody right now.
What will she, if anything, be charged with?
We don't know yet. This is all. Remember, this all started out at 3:35 this afternoon.
Did she try and make a run for it, or?
Again, this all started at 3:35 this afternoon.
Sheriff, you said your guy shoots through the windshield.
Our guy, Deputy Blum, he sees him firing back at Deputy Moss. He pulls his car in between Deputy Moss and the bad guy and fires through his windshield at the bad guy. And then the bad guy turns and starts to run where he encounters the land corporal, still armed with the gun.
Sheriff, was he running from law enforcement in Lake County too, as far as you know?
I don't know. We know that the tip came in to us from Lake County saying, hey, you got a warrant for Dylan Parker. He's in a gold-colored 4-door car, and he's coming in to Volusia through Lake up in the northwest part of the county. And we spot him at 40 and 17. He's coming in one direction, my deputy Amelia's in the other direction. And he crosses into the lane and comes head on at Deputy Amelia. And then we set up, because we know he's only got one way to go, we set up stop sticks up here, stick the car, causes him to drive into the ditch.